Hello, and welcome to another episode of Cities with John. But I'm not John, I'm Katie, John's wife, and I am thrilled to have you along for what should be a pretty interesting ride today. We are here on episode 12, which I think is crazy, maybe. I don't know. Something that he would say. I use procedure objects here to make a sign to show all the destruction I'm about to cause to his city since he left his computer up and I got a hold of it. So let's get started and see where we go from here. Should be a pretty fun ride. Delete, 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 delete. Roads? Nah. Where we're going, we don't need roads. Up, up. See you later, loop-de-loop. Yeah, take that out. I don't know where all these cars are gonna get to where they're going now, but I guess that's something for John to figure out. Yeah. Do we want to destroy? Absolutely. Let's destroy it all. Alright, delete, delete, delete. This keyboard is filthy. Such a mess in here. He's lucky I don't come down here more often and see what he's up to, because it's pretty nasty. Literally crumbs and Oreos and just junk everywhere. Gosh. I guess people just have to walk everywhere. Oh, this one. Just maybe some flying cars coming off the top of there. Let's take out these. Alright. Oh, you want to go that way, car? Sorry. Find a different way. Delete, delete. Let's take out that bridge. Somebody's gonna be swimming.
What are you doing?
Just a little bit of urban renewal.
What do you mean urban renewal?
Well, the traffic wasn't going the way it should be flowing.
What? Let me look at this. What is going on here?
Just fixing some things.
Let me see.
Okay.
Well, you've destroyed my entire interstate. My freeway's gone, the loop-de-loop's gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the loop-de-loop had to go.
You found the bulldozer.
Yep. I didn't know what it did, but then I found out pretty quick.
It bulldozes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You even adjusted my camera. It's like short person mode now.
Well, I am like a foot shorter than you.
Oh, you know how long it's going to take for me to fix this?
Well, that's revenge for making me dance to Bon Bon B's theme song every day.
We weren't supposed to tell anybody about that. Just give me some space. I'll get it done. Love you. Well, hello and welcome back to another... Hold on. Well, hello and welcome back to another episode of Cities with...
I already did that part!
Okay. Oh, goodness me, goodness me. We obviously have a lot of work to do on Downtown episode 12. Wasn't the sign over here she had? Where did it go? How does she even know how to make procedure object signs? I don't even know how to use procedure objects, and she's making signs to tear down my interstate? I just don't get it. Well, let's make lemonade out of lemons. Is that the old expression? What's wrong with this bridge? Apparently there is a little bit of a glitch here. I believe it has something to do with the road core mod. I recently downloaded the cores mod that makes the that you can get the American pack to make your roads look more American, and it kind of messed with that bridge there, but that's okay. I just kind of changed it up. Why is this happening? What else is going to possibly happen on this episode? Okay. First off, the key is sunken into the canal. Why is it? I don't understand. I don't know if it had something to do with her deleting. Maybe she messed with this too. I wouldn't put it past her. You know, since she's the one that taught me how to pronounce key correctly. Should be an easy fix. We'll just kind of move these walls up a little bit. Man, this is just all out of whack. Everything's out of whack today. This is just a crazy episode of Cities with John. I'm glad to have you here. I hope you're enjoying this episode so far. If you want to call it an episode. Why is everything flooding? It's gonna flood my Return of the Living Dead factory. Okay, now this isn't good. This is a sunk in the beginning of the tunnel to the tram entrance here. Why did this happen? It's like sinking into the ground. Let's see how this looks. Whoa, there's a roller coaster in there. Whoa, look out! Whoa, yay! Where's my amusement park sound effects when I need them? So here's our finished result on the new bridge. One of many fixes for today. I think this actually looks really good. In your face. Turned out pretty well. Maybe we can dip that in just a tad and get it a little bit closer to the height of this. Whoa, that would be really fun for cars to do. Yeah, we'll just fix that up real quick. No big deal. And we have these little surfaces to cover that crosswalk. Sink those back down. Yeah, so you know, this can be a good thing. We can make this work. I didn't need that freeway that took forever to build. Yeah, see, look, you're not the only one that can use the bulldozer. Get out of the way, Michelin truck. Get up there. There you go. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to connect these roads, and we're just going to kind of use this boulevard, and it is going to be a suitable replacement for the freeway that went through downtown. And yeah, so what we'll do is we'll end up connecting these roads directly to this boulevard that kind of goes along the edge of the beach. It's a nice wide road that we can it'll obviously hold a lot of traffic. So I'm not really too concerned about the traffic ballooning, but there was a lot of connections to the freeway. There was a big loop-de-loop thing over here, and entrances and exits that, oh gosh, I don't really want to think about that, to be honest with you. So yeah, we'll just connect things up with this boulevard. Let's kind of change it. We just need to elevate that one portion there. There we go. That looks better. Right, here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. So that just kind of connects over here, right over here to the Robin Park District. So that works. Let's use our Electrics Slope Smooth mod here, a highly recommended mod by yours truly. Basically what it does is you can grab multiple nodes and you can just kind of put them all together and smooth out basically any road surface. Why do we have all these trains? What in the world? Oh my gosh, there's a million trains backed up. Oh, look at all of this is Katie's fault. This is Katie's fault. Here's a little peek behind the curtain here, the edge of the map. I wonder what is going on. There must have been a train that was maybe, well, for one thing, we have a very strange dip here. This is a good spot for a commercial break.
This Old Gamer is paid for by contributions by viewers like you. And by... Come check out the entertainment capital of the southern U.S. It's the Sunset Strip and Money Mile. Only minutes by congested train ride from downtown. The Sunset Strip is a 24-hour playground for winners who are 21 and older. Upscale gentlemen's clubs and regular-sized regular clubs await.
Party.
Fine dining experiences and overpriced chains will leave you full and satisfied. The Sunset Strip, where everyone's a winner.
Alright, so I got the trains all fixed up best I can. They're not backing up anymore, at least. So we're going to continue on fixing up my own map here. We're going to convert some of these roads that were a tad bit overkill, a little bit too big, a little bit too wide. And some of these, you know, were not really main connections, but since I had interstate exit ramps coming off and on of a lot of these, I used wider roads, which really is not necessary without the freeway. So we're going to kind of convert these down to a little bit smaller roads. And, you know, I think that fits in a little bit nicer. I mean, you know, when you look at this as a whole, it's kind of like, how many overpasses are you going to have over the train lines? But you got to think about it this way. There's no other entrances, or, well, I shouldn't say entrances. There's no other ways to get across that. There's no, other than going around the boulevard, but the boulevard only connects over to the lower canals, which is the area that is basically connecting the suburbs with downtown, is the beginning of downtown, I guess you could say. So there has to be ways for people to get over there. So we're still gonna have most of the same connections, and look at that. I mean, that's pretty good traffic flow, all things considered. Considering that I lost my main, you know, source of traffic flow, it's pretty good traffic flow. Here's one of our exit ramps that no longer is needed. Some decals that I sure took a lot of time to make. So this little area here, she didn't delete. But while we're deleting things, I think I'm going to do something a little bit different over here as well. So let's get rid of this strange little intersection here. This was really just kind of thrown together. I put the, this is where the trash depot was. Trash depot? Trash station, whatever. Was over here, and I just kind of threw that there because it was during a point where I was really focused on a lot of the vanilla. Well, I don't want to say I was focused on vanilla aspects of the game, because I still try to do that, because it's just kind of, I miss a lot of the vanilla aspects. I miss having to deal with fires at times, and, you know, abandoned buildings. Not really abandoned buildings, because it's a pain in the butt to tear all those down, but I do kind of miss some of those vanilla aspects of the game. So I just kind of threw that together to have the trash place, but I moved it across the canal there, you see to the left, and now we're going to do something totally different here. And what I'm going to try to do, I have this tram line, the elevated tram there in the middle between these roads, is kind of not necessary, because what I could end up doing is running the tram down a road down this side where people can actually catch the tram and run a tram, actually run a tram line to this area, because this is eventually will be part of the rest of downtown. Obviously, the canal is not going to be like a border. There's going to be more and more businesses as we expand toward the mountain range. So what we're going to do is we're just going to bring 2 roads off of this wide road here, and we're just going to have them kind of split at the bridge, and we'll kind of put these right next to each other the best we can. This can be a little tricky when you're putting roads right by each other like this. Now there is mods to deal with this. The parallel road tools mod, which I do have. I don't have it enabled. There was something that got messed up with it, and I disabled it, and I just never enabled it again. I didn't use it very often. But what that mod does is it just allows you to put 2 roads right beside each other, perfectly parallel, without having to sync them up. But since I'm already in the middle of this build and I'm running behind, I mean, the idea behind this episode, we were going to expand in behind the residential area from episode 9. We were going to be expanding behind that, and I had some really cool condos and apartments, and some new ones by King Leno that I found on the workshop that were just beautiful. But no, that's not gonna happen. You're gonna be rebuilding your roads, rebuilding everything. I like how it paused with that little smoke blob in the middle of the screen. That's just lovely. I think we can get rid of that probably. So what we're going to do is we're going to just pull the tram line that runs from over by the high-end commercial district. We're just going to pull that over here, and we're just going to run it beside these roads, kind of like they're all on the same bridge. I'm not really going to do any fancy bridge work over here. I'm just kind of syncing them up where they're all kind of nice and smooth together. So we'll go ahead and put the tram over the canal, the tram line here over the canal, so that way it's done, and then we'll just kind of connect it up. It's funny, the game automatically will put that little hump in the middle of anything that goes over water. It just does it automatically. And for these canals, I don't mind it, but I always bring it down. I like it to be a little bit flatter. So we'll just connect this over like this. It's not liking being by that road. It's okay, we can use move it. Oh, now we've got the little staircase incline. We'll fix it real quick. All right, there we go. Let's just kind of raise a few of these nodes up. There we go, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, that works. I can kind of tweak this a little bit, but I think that works. Oh, there's that incline again. Dang it. All right. See, this turned out fine too, so score another one for this old gamer. Haha, making a comeback. All right, so we have the colorful bridge. It was connected to the multifunction bridge, but I went ahead and got rid of that big curve that went in between those condominiums there, and we're going to do something a little bit different. So we're going to bring this road from the colorful bridge, and we're going to actually connect it to the other side of the freeway. So this will be really the main entrance to downtown from the other side of the freeway. And of course, it also will help people cross the canal as well. So we're going to be setting up multiple lanes in multiple directions here. So we got one connecting to the northbound lanes, and now we are going to be figuring out how all this is going to work. I'm going to admit that intersections and junctions are not exactly my strong point, but at the same time, I'm not really big on downloading the pre-made big intersections off of the workshop. And really, to be honest with you, they wouldn't really apply to this portion unless I found one that was relatively small, but most of them are huge, and it would not work in this particular circumstance. So I'm not going to use it here either. I'm actually making my own. So what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to have a road that comes across the canal and connects to this interchange, but also, we got another little hump there. We wanted to connect to this interchange, but also have multiple directions you can go. So you need to be able to access the bridge and head to downtown, and you need to be able to go to the northbound and southbound lanes from this side of the canal and this side of downtown. And that's what we are going to do here. We're going to kind of fill in these. This road here that I'm using is you can use it a couple of different ways, and one way, if you turn it to bridge mode, it will put those nice little walls in for you. Alright, so let's pull this over, and then we will try to wrap this around the best we can. So we're gonna it's gonna be kind of a spaghetti junction, I guess you could say. It's going to have a lot of dangerous sharp turns, but this ultimately will be a connection where multiple roads can come into this. So we'll probably have another road coming off of this going around that little stream there, which that stream has not been detailed. It is very, very ugly at this point. So this will be how we get people to the southbound lanes from here. I just decided to bring it right off of the overpass, just directly off of it. So that way, if you want to hit the southbound lanes, you just go across toward downtown, and it's access to both people on either side of the freeway. If you're coming from downtown and you want to get to the southbound lanes, here's an easy way to do it. And if you're coming from the other side, it's an easy way to do that. Okay, so last part is going to be what we are going to do with this. What are we going to do with this? I have no idea. Everything is so messed up in this show. Ugh. So I think what we will do is we're just going to bring this down, and we are going to we're just going to run it right over the railroad track, right over this little lake, and then we're going to connect it with this little beachside boulevard here. This boulevard in the future, probably pretty far down the road, no pun intended, will probably end up being a major artery, because it'll be what connects you with the rest of the map on the north side of downtown. So I'm going to use these really extra wide pillars so it kind of appears like it's holding up the road and the railroad at the same time. They have a nice gap there in the middle of these pillars. Yes, I like the way those look. I think that works out just perfectly. Hey, there's some of those new condos I was talking about that didn't get finished on episode 12. Yeah. Well, that about does it for episode 12 of this Downtown series. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed rebuilding it. If you feel compelled, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more ridiculous content, and, you know, I just try to be different and have some fun with this game that we all love, Cities Skylines. I'm This Old Gamer. We will see you next time. Stick around for some before and after. Bye-bye. Are you sure you want to destroy? Absolutely.
And, I messed up. Honey?
Yeah.
I messed up. I need to start all over again.
Well, I told you how to do it.
So I hit spacebar.
Okay.
So then just hit spacebar again.
Are you ready to record?
I guess.
Are you already recording?
I didn't stop the camera.
Oh, okay. Well, then go back to go back to that and hit spacebar again.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Cities with John.